Hey, so I biked today and conclusion was I need more time to myself. I'm past my social limit. Trying to feeling like this wind that we're experiencing today is like artificial, and no wonder it doesn't feel good. It feels like it feels like a chemical, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like natural wind. Yeah, like I used to try to hide this so bad in my relationship. Like, it was my main thing. Like, I really wanted to hide this, so I would try really hard to so I was likable and social, and that was like the main thing. Like I was always rewarded in my ex relationship to, if I went out and had fun with my friends or something, I would be more like looked down upon if I stayed in and researched, or if I stayed in and studied, or if I was introverted. I was not punished for it, but I was like looked down upon. You'd think in the moment, oh, you'd wake up and realize this is wrong. Well, actually, it's hard to in the moment see the simulation taking effect. It's only afterwards that we actually see that the simulation did that. In retrospect, it's like, oh my gosh, this just happened. The number on my receipt from the bubble tea place was 1, and at that very moment I saw your eyebrows like go up. I'm like, yeah, and you're like, well, what does that number come up to? Oh, well, 5 and 3 is 8, 1 is 9. 333, 3.33333, the Pythagorean theorem, the idea that 100, you can divide 100 in 2, which is 50, but when you divide 100 by 3, 100%, the whole, division wise in the trinity of 3, it breaks down to 33.333, and it's not a whole number, which always, like, I know, like, it's just like, okay, well, like, what? Right? They always said there's something sacred. There's sacred mathematics. When you look at the percentages and the fact that 30% really isn't 100. 30 times 3 is 90, not 100. So it has to be 33.333%. Damn, I wish I was your lover. This is where the party's at. Ow. Yeah, I'm getting distracted quite on time for this. The trinity, like you were talking about, the trinity, the 3 star bodies are all at 33.33%, and the wind's picking up as I'm saying this. When they come together, they make a whole, right? They make a vacuum, a black hole. The sacred mathematics, the Pythagorean theorem, the triangle. I think the triangle has a portal reference, if you know what I mean. Tri-star, Stargate. So then, like, you went and said, like, okay, well, what year did Jesus pass away? Then it's like, okay, well, apparently I read somewhere that Jesus passed when he was 33 years old. It would make more sense that he passed when he was 33. And then, so 33. Jesus, 33. Asked me, what year are you going to be 33? 2025. June. Okay, 2025. Add up what 2025 adds to. And I went, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm like, oh my god, like, that's crazy. And then that's also the year that you know who is supposed to rise in power. So, I mean, like, I could be totally wrong with all this, because nobody knows the day nor the time, not even me, not even anyone. But, like, that's what we talked about today, and it was really interesting. Yeah, today I just felt, like, really low, because, like lower than low, because the wind, the artificial wind. So number 2 was because of people cramping my princess vibes in the backyard. Let's just say I had this idea against the fence and like this little secret garden area I was making, and then it just all got torched by the frequency vibrations of like the party people. Don't worry, it's the simulation. Remember, head in the grass in the afternoon, something kind of magical, it's sunlight. It's green like the day I saw your eyes. You know, Green Aphrodisiac by Corinne Bailey Rae. That song brings me to the garden just like summer breeze. It makes me feel fine, rolling through the jasmine in my mind. And actually, one of my favorite neighbors at the very end of my yard, she's got like elderflower or jasmine growing back there, because I was doing work back there and I saw between the fence. So I know you're not supposed to do that, but like I just saw that there were little white flowers. I'm like, is that jasmine? Because that would be really weird, because when I was thinking about summer breeze, I was sitting on the stairs facing the south toward that, and it's like really weird moment. I love that Corinne Bailey Rae kind of moment, like I like to put my fingers on you, like that kind of like magical like summer backyard party like vibe. That like vibe and got ruined. And so it made my mood go down, and then it also made me feel like the last time I saw certain people and they saw me in the garden all dirty with dirt on and everything was when that time when my ex-relationship was happening. Like it wasn't like good memories or anything, it was like bad memories of feeling humiliated while doing something I love, which was gardening. I don't know why I love gardening. It's kind of like I don't know why I love cleaning so much. Like I like organizing things, and I like the reward of the finished result of seeing everything. Like gardening to me is like the same thing. It's like I just love being in the sun, and then at the same time moving things around and enjoying the interactiveness of it, and the creativeness of it, like the being able to design things and being able to, okay, well I want to like trim this, or I want to like put that flower there. Like it's really cool, right? Like cooking too. And I couldn't feel anything. Like it was so crazy. Come here, let me show you how to turn a flashlight on. I went to the city center area, and I did my regular routine. Okay, Tanya, social anxiety, agoraphobia, what you have to do, wear your best outfit to feel like confident, and you can fight back if you have to, just put your head up. So I did that. Everything went fine until I realized like the energy was bad on a Friday night at past 10 p.m. All of the places are closed. Most of the good fun places to go are closed, and the energy shifts from happy energy to rush, money, basically the opposite of feeling. So all the bar people are out, people that are coming back from doing certain vices and things like that. So that crowd of people, I'm not saying that having a good time is bad. Go and have a good time, but the people that, there's a certain type of people with a negative energy within them. They're not there to feel, they're there to like humiliate, poke fun, get into negative energy stuff. So those type of people are out, and you think of like a person who's done you wrong, or a bully or something, that would be the crowd that they are in. Like this is like what they're doing. So all sorts of those type of people, because they're all trying to get their Friday night, the typical Friday night that is sold in the media. People are not feeling their emotions right now on purpose, because they're out trying to to fulfill this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how much of an illusion it is anyway. But the real moments are in like the small escape moments. Like, so I escaped a bit. I found this little area, and like I was eating something there, and I'm like sitting alone in the quiet, and it was so good. Like, it was like escaping the simulation. If you can find how to pull away from the simulation at any given point in time, it can feel really good, and especially if it involves movement too. And so yeah, pulling away for a bit, and that felt really good. But being in the city center areas, which, you know, it's kind of like I should be grateful that I'm so close to that I could just walk down there at any time. Although at this late at night, it wasn't a good vibe. As soon as I got out on my bike, I realized this is not gonna, something doesn't feel right. Right here is where it's at, like, not going into that. Like, I'm like, I have to just sit and think because I'm not feeling what I really want. I'm gonna make a mistake. Like, and in my deepest part of my soul is like, I don't want to sit in a restaurant. I want to go to the corner store, get something to make for dinner, and that's it. And you know, and that's what I did. And I felt they're telling me, like, yeah, that's okay. Like, if you don't, you shouldn't force yourself. Like, think, Tanya, like, you should go out and like you should get what the type of food that you'd enjoy. Feel yourself, get back in touch with who you are, because you're very far off from where you need to be because of all the events that have been happening lately. And it's intrinsic that you get back in touch with who you really are and how you really feel, so that you can operate in the best way possible, and you can feel yourself, and you know what you want, and you can access that better, more healthy part of you. Like, I was not in the mood to socialize tonight based on the humiliation feeling I felt earlier from gardening in front of certain people that saw me last year and made me feel really bad about myself. I didn't want to like make it worse, right? So I just thought, Tanya, you need to like remember who you are. You need to go back. Maybe you should sing tonight. Maybe you should dance tonight. You need to dance, okay? You need to have like a little heart-to-heart talk tonight, vlog tonight. Like, I'm not talking about a vlog where you talk about something, just talk, just feel, you know? So it did actually end up being pretty good, as you can see. I do feel happy tonight making this, even though the wind is freaking me out, because it's not normal. Like, this is not normal wind. Wind is so romantic and like Gemini like, but this wind gives me like a headache. It's weird. You know, there's like a guy that walked in front of me and he like spit on the ground, and I'm just like, ew, I'm not gonna like sit around this area. Like, I'm gonna go down that way and look on my phone for what I'm looking for. You know, like that kind of thing where you get weird looks, like you get people that kind of notice you in a way. Like, looks like kind of like, I see you but you don't know, like that kind of thing. I don't like that, from strangers at least. And then you just have to watch your back constantly, and I don't like it. You don't feel like at peace. But yeah, I was sitting at that place and I was thinking, money totally can't buy you anything. It can't buy you this feeling. This feeling comes from a very magical place, and they're making it more and more and more difficult to feel, especially in public. It's all like business transaction. Everything is money, money, money. Like, you know, it's not about like connection. It's not about feeling. It's not about the moment. Like, and I think I'm here for that reason. I'm here for feeling. I'm here for connection. I'm here for beyond all of these things. But everybody else, it seems, is here for the money, for the transaction, for chasing after the temporary high. And there's just something so special about making a homemade freaking pie. Like, there's just something about it. Like, it tastes better than a pie I'd buy at a store. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's just like I watched those cherries cook into that pie. Like, I want to eat that. rather than like, oh, I bought it for like $35, you know? And taking what you can from the present moment, not trying to like go after something, like hunting it, but it's like it comes at you when you least expect it, and those are the moments, those are the events, those are the places that you're like, oh, I should go there on that day when I needed that. I should go there, and then you go there on that day and it's not there anymore. When you need it and you're like, okay, it's a special day, let's go here, and then it's closed, or like it's not. And it's like that weird thing that you can't explain. Like, for example, me watching Blank Enchanted on that day with the curtains and everything, and the jasmine rolling in my mind and like all of that, I can't explain that to you. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how anything happens like that, but the order and the timing and that's true. And before I go, I just wanted to say that isn't that pretty? I love it. Don't mind me playing with my hair while I'm talking, but they're gonna have clones of us. They're gonna have clones of us. They're gonna have trials and tribulations in which they make us jealous. They have certain clones, simulated people that come in. This has already happened to me on a small scale, not like on a major thing, but they come in and interact with you, and they're just like you, or they're just like me, and it creates a splitting. It creates a choice that needs to be made, and the trial will be, will you fall for it? But the main thing is the laugh, the connection, the feeling, the way the dog comes in between in the video, and you laugh and you pat the dog and you're like, oh, like I can't replicate it myself, but like that laugh, like I know that smile and that energy, and the tears in your eyes, in the train video, you know, like the way that you're I see the tears, I see the feeling in your eyes. That's unmatchable, unparalleled, and unreplicatable, if that's a word. I made it up then, if it's not. And that's what's important, and that those people, the ones that are setups, won't have that. They won't have the feeling aspect. So we need to focus on the feeling. We need to focus on what really enthralled us. If they can, and if they will, they'll try to get us. If I'm not the wiser, I can feel it's gonna happen. And for either of us, like, oh, hey, Tanya. Oh, who are you? Well, I've got a British accent, and I've got some dark hair, and yeah, you like music. Oh, well, you know, you can imagine something almost as good as the real thing could come along, and same with you. But the idea is that there's a sense of hunger there that they could use against us. Sorry, my foot's falling asleep. If you're wondering what that tapping noise is, I gotta get up. But yeah, they can orchestrate these things. It's already happened to me with the breakup I recently experienced. There was some manipulation in that. So the simulation is active and it's working, and it's like that movie that I watched, the movie that you were there with me watching in 2011. And then I wanted to check that Brandon was the one, watching it with him in 2015. We were at his trailer, and I realized, wait a minute, no, something is wrong. So I don't feel it, and I didn't want to admit it to myself. They're going to be using stuff. Are we ready for that? Are we ready for what they're going to deploy against us? And I know you're just like, Tanya, you're so vigilant, or at least my viewers might think that, but I mean, for what I've been through, this is like nothing in preparation compared to what I should have done for other things. So, but my spirit is like kind of flagging and saying, watch out, because something's about to come, and yeah, you better be careful, because not that would be ideal for any of us, but I think it would be that way. They could do that. Nothing's like it used to be in life, and just be careful and be aware. And if this is going to happen, are we ready? And will you be able to tell the real me from the fake me? But the real me you'll be able to feel. Something I've never experienced before, where you're not looking for something, but then this person comes into your life and like they've got one thing, and then they've got another, and then they've got another. You got a list, it's in the back of your head, and you weren't looking. You just realized like you'll never find this person anyway, so just tan olive skin. Oh, extreme emotive, like super empath abilities, emotionally intuitive and more. The perfect mix of pain and pleasure, the perfect rose and thorn combination, where it's like, you know, the spikes and the... Okay, anyway, the quirks, things you wouldn't ask a person that have been revealed as well, that it's just like, do you like this? Yes. Oh wow, I do too. It's like, wait, what? Certain things like that, picking up on things that nobody else can pick up on, and it's like, oh, you know that too, hello. Like the essential oil deodorant that just like hit me, like, because the essential oil deodorant was actually insanely, I know you can think about it now, you're like, yeah, it's not a big deal, but like back then it wasn't very big, and I was quite interested in that, and you were quite interested in that. It's like, how come both of us are interested in this really odd, like, it's like two totally different people apparently like this, and that was really weird for me. Like, those characteristics are hard to find. 3 of those in one person is hard to find, but having all of them and more, where the alarm bells are going off like crazy, now that's special and to be paid attention to. And in my opinion, you can't replicate that. And I was so wrong about so much, and it kept happening. It's like, you're wrong about this too, you're wrong about that too, you're wrong about, and I've never experienced this here, and it's just so synchronistic. And if it's all a joke and if it's all a prank, I did think it was a prank, but for this long, grade 9 to grade 12, like, I would be graduating with you right now, and I'd be like, did you prank me in grade 9 like this whole time? Because if it was 1 year and that was it, I'd be like, this is a prank. And the song Olivia Holt History, it was so cruel of me to make that video. And the funny thing was, I totally should have made it for you in retrospect, now looking back. But I couldn't even think that. My brain was so inaccessible at that point. I couldn't even think, like, could I make this song for him? Like, if I actually like let myself feel and forgive and everything, could I make this? And I'd be like, no, I just met this person. How could I make Olivia Holt History for this person? I can only make it for Brandon because we go way back to 2014. And I was listening to this song before the April issue happened. Like, I was listening to this song maybe a month or 2 before, and we go way back. And you're over there, and like, I'm with him. We go way back. We don't. It's like, wait a minute. We do. We go way back to like before. This is what I'm having for dinner. This. Performing it in front of you when you're the one I'm speaking to, because you're the one I'm not with, but yet you're the one I've had history with.